All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power with some breaking news. This is huge. The Olympia in Vegas has been canceled and relocated. So essentially, it was just announced that because of new restrictions in Las Vegas, the possibility of the Olympia being shut down became very more real. And I guess it was said that only 250 audience members were going to be able to attend the Olympia if it were held in Vegas. So the breaking news today is that the Olympia has officially been relocated to Florida at just 1 month away from the show. We're about 4 weeks out right now, and the Olympia has officially now been relocated. So this is very big news. Certainly, it's been an interesting year for all these bodybuilding shows getting canceled, postponed, relocated, and the Olympia was something that was always a concern whether or not it was going to happen. And I want to give props to Dan Solomon and Jake Wood, the new owner of the show, who have gone to tremendous lengths to make sure that this show still happens and does not get canceled. I fully believe that under its previous ownership, the owners of the Olympia probably would have canceled it. But these new owners, Jake Wood and Dan Solomon being in charge, they've made sure that they're going to make this show happen. It started out with postponing it from September to December, and then this decision to relocate the Olympia is massive. Logistically, it's going to be a tremendous undertaking to relocate this. A lot of people have already booked their flights, booked their hotels, and this includes the athletes. I mean, these guys, their travel schedules have already been decided. I mean, they've got their flights booked, they've got their hotels booked. These guys planned this way ahead of time, and for this to be relocated, I think it kind of sucks for the athletes, but it's good for the athletes and everybody else because it does mean the Olympia is still happening. You know, getting that news from Vegas that they were, undergoing these new shutdown measures here starting in this week. We could have very easily got the announcement today that the Olympia was completely canceled. And I've seen some rumors going around and some different people sharing posts saying that the Olympia was canceled, but it is not canceled. The Olympia is still happening. It's just being moved to Florida. I believe it's still the same weekend, the same dates. It's just been relocated to Florida. And this is kind of why I wasn't planning on going to the Olympia this year. I didn't book my tickets for Vegas. I didn't book my hotel for Vegas because the same thing happened at the Arnold and everything was kind of shut down at the last minute. So I'm glad the Olympia is still happening. But for all of you guys that were planning on attending, for all of you athletes, the official word has just been put out, again by Dan Solomon, that the Olympia is relocated to Florida. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think this is going to affect the possibility of maybe even more athletes not being able to compete because this does change their travel schedule a little bit? I know that Florida is a little bit looser, well, a lot looser and a lot more open with holding events even in wake of the virus. They've been a lot more liberal in that sense of allowing things to happen, allowing events to go on. So I can understand the move to Florida for sure. But do you think this is going to throw a wrench into the preparation of some of the athletes that have already committed to competing? We've already seen about 5 bodybuilders on that qualified competitors list drop out. And now with this new announcement, do you think that could lead to even more athletes dropping out? But at the end of the day, leave a thumbs up on this video in a positive comment for the new owners of the Olympia, because I do think it's tremendous that they are still going on with this show. The fact that it had to be relocated, I think a lot of other promoters would have just canceled the show, and they would have been out a lot of money, and I think they are going to end up taking a financial loss on this move. But they're trying to make sure the show still happens, and I think that's really admirable. So shout out to Dan Solomon and Jake Wood for making sure the Olympia still happens. I'm going to roll Dan's video so you guys can get the official word from Dan himself. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up, and here is the official word from Dan Solomon about what's going on with the Olympia.
Hey guys, Dan Solomon here to bring you up to speed on the 2020 Olympia weekend, which is now a month away. And as you guys know, our team has been working every single day to do everything possible to make sure the best athletes in the world have the opportunity to compete at the fitness industry's most prestigious event. We also want to make sure those who are planning to attend the Olympia are able to, and that goes for our VIP ticket holders, regular ticket holders, sponsors, and exhibitors. Now, over the last few months, as we work through all the uncertainties of a global pandemic, we were focused on plans to hold the event in Las Vegas at Planet Hollywood. Everything appeared to be on track until a few days ago when the Nevada governor announced the possibility of a 14-day stay-at-home order. Now, this meant there was a very real possibility that only 250 fans would be allowed to attend this year's Olympia in Vegas. As you all know, 250 is not going to cut it, not even close. So I held an emergency meeting with our owner, Jake Wood, and in that meeting we agreed that this is one of the best Olympia lineups we've had in a very long time, and there is no way in hell that we're going to sit back and allow a historic event to take place without an audience. We also agreed that our top priority was to make sure that everyone who is currently planning to attend the Olympia will be able to do so as safely as possible, and also to make sure the hard work of our athletes is not jeopardized by a possible cancellation. To put it simply, we agreed that we must find a way. Major League Baseball had their World Series, the NBA had their finals, and we will have our Olympia, and we'll give away record prize money in the process. But in order to make this happen, we have no choice but to move the event. So my team has begun what will be the most historic and intense production turnaround in the history of this industry. We are moving the 2020 Olympia to right here in Orlando, Florida. We have an agreement in place that allows us to put on the kind of event that we were hoping to put on. One that will allow fans to experience Olympia weekend, one that will allow exhibitors to connect with more people, and one that will allow the best physiques in the world to feel the energy of their fans on the Olympia stage. With just about a month to go, we realize some of you will have to make changes to your flights. But the good news is airlines are being very flexible right now with flight changes. But here's the reality. If we had kept the event in Las Vegas as planned, most of you would have been unable to enter the theater because of the developing situation in Las Vegas, and many of our competitors would have been forced to tell their family members not to come. And I can tell you right now, we were not going to sit back and let that happen. We've chosen the Orange County Convention Center right behind me, which happens to be one of the most spacious and impressive convention centers I have ever seen. And when it comes to safety, space makes all the difference. And it's attached to our new host hotel, the Hyatt Regency Orlando. We're all working together to create as safe an environment as possible, and the dates for the event have not changed. If you're a VIP ticket holder, you're all set. You don't have to do anything except make sure you go to Orlando and not Las Vegas, and book yourself a room at the Hyatt. If you're already bought tickets on Ticketmaster, those will be refunded automatically back to your credit card from Ticketmaster, and you'll be able to repurchase your Orlando tickets very soon at MrOlympia.com. If you already booked a room at Planet Hollywood, those reservations will be automatically canceled. We will soon be posting information at MrOlympia.com so you can book your discounted room at the Hyatt Regency Orlando. For those who can't make the trip, good news, because the entire Olympia will be made available on pay-per-view. We'll be announcing those details in the coming days. Before I wrap this video up, I want to thank everyone out there for being patient as we work through this insane process. We've been met with incredibly unique challenges this year, and I say this on behalf of Jake Wood, Jim Mannion, our entire team. We will not stop. We might not even sleep until we do everything we can to give our athletes, fans, sponsors, everything you deserve. We're going to make history together at Olympia Weekend, December 17th through the 20th in Orlando, Florida, and you can get all the info at MrOlympia.com.